Birding is a great way to spend time outdoors with friends or family with little or no investment.
Oh, that bird always does that.
You don't have to drive far from home to plan birding trips.
When we don't get bird songs, we're going to get bird calls.
And we asked Tyke James, the president of the DC Audubon Society, why he loves birding.
To me, it brought a sense of responsibility to build trust, to build connection, to build coalition, and to build power. Because often when we're out birding, we're seeing the conditions of the land, and we're connecting the history of the habitat with the history of the community.
Oh, that one? Oh, I see it.
Birders not only use sight
Ooh, that fly catching?
and sound to identify birds, they also use behavior.
Literally, what is the bird doing? Is it just sitting there perched? That's a behavior. Is it jumping around in the tree? That's a behavior. Is it pumping its tail? That's a behavior. Is it messing with other birds? That's a behavior.
And yes, there's an app for that.
Somebody posted the picture.
DC Bird Chatter, and they will share very generously what birds they've seen, where they've seen them, and typically they'll add in a picture in there just so you can be like, oh, this is what it looks like as well.
The Sharpshin has like that wide open eye.
Most birders are very dedicated to birding and are always on, like Maria Elena Montero.
I always knew what birds were around me. I grew up in Tacoma Park where there's a lot of trees and a lot of backyard birds. And I just became more curious about birds that I wasn't seeing as regularly.
Sometimes there's a moment or a certain bird that ignites your passion.
There's something that happens where you can't get it off you. Something turns on, something sparks your interest. We always call it a spark bird. That's the bird that gets you into birding. For me, it was a belted kingfisher.
The Audubon Society will provide you with binoculars. Now, I brought my own and my trusty Peterson's A Field Guide to Birds book. Do you know that there are 18 million birders in the United States? It's not just your grandma doing it. It's becoming pretty popular. We're here in Northeast DC. We cross this bridge, we're in Heritage Island, which is a man-made island, by the way. Cross another bridge, that's Kingman Island. And we saw incredible birds today. Great blue herons, egrets, a bunch of warblers. What's weird is that we're in the shadow of RFK. I asked Tyke for his top 3 favorite places to go birding in the district.
Kingman and Heritage Islands. It's a really great city park. You get to see a lot of the river as well as some dense forest, so you can get a lot of mix of some water birds and shore birds while also getting warblers and wood songbirds. Big fan of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens. And then Anacostia Park by the roller rink. There's a bridge that you can get on and it gives you the ability to see trees at the canopy level.
Some of my favorite spots in the DMV include Huntley Meadows, just south of Alexandria in Virginia, Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland, and now, I'm a fan, Kingman and Heritage Islands in DC. We had quite a successful day.
White-throated sparrow, song sparrow, common grackle, northern parula, blackpoll warbler, northern cardinal.
You know, we ended up seeing over 44 different types of birds, and before I got there, they saw a bald eagle over RFK.
Nice.
So this is sort of interesting. COVID actually created a boom in birding. Now, most parks were open, and it was a safe way to be outside and socialize with friends and family. And, you know, I've been kind of a birder for a while. My dad sort of got me interested in it. Not crazy, but, you know, able to identify 20, 30 birds. I didn't know this, and Tyke told me that some birds have different colors in fall and spring. And that makes them even harder to identify.
Attention to detail.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Hanging at the bars in D.C., you'll see a lot of the colors changing between summer and winter as well. But you know, looking at the birds it's a good way to judge the health of a local ecosystem too, especially in an area where we end up generally seeing more of the metal birds with rotors than we do the actual birds with feathers.
Exactly. It's a good way to check on, you know, how your ecosystem is doing, and you know those islands, literally, I mean, we got Metro and we've got the RFK, a tremendous amount of birds.
You don't have to go far.
No.
Yeah.
Seeing those images, it's hard to believe that's Northeast DC.
Northeast DC.
Got to check it out.
Yep.